take off from 05 Charlie, Griffith, Maryville, head down to Cedar Lake, and then we'll head back up to Lansing for another landing there. Usually I'm flying the King Air over there. Today, going with Captain Kevin. I'm gonna go fly the R22.
Well, we'll head out to Cedar Lake. We'll have a little fun.
Oh yeah.
Here you're clear, you all set?
Oh, I'm set. Ready to rock and roll.
Hank Griffith Unicom, helicopter 42 Bravo, radio check.
Loud and clear. Alright, so now we're up to a whopping 35 degrees, Mark. We were at 1,000 feet before, we used 1,000 again. We're going to go up the chart a little bit. Now we're up to 35 is about 24.8. So relatively same, 24.5 would be our max. Go ahead and release this, and we'll just talk through it again so you understand what's going on. We're going to put the governor on. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to slowly bring that throttle up, Mark. And again, at 80% is when the governor is going to grab hold. The Schweitzer, like what Randy learned on, does not have a governor. You have to hand throttle the whole time. That will be one of the maneuvers you'd have to do in a check ride.
Right.
So right there, we're at 104%. We have the governor on. And what happens is, if we lift this up, I say about 1/2 inch, and then slowly bring it off, we get to 80%, we should get that low RPM warning light and oral tone, which we did have. They're both good.
Good.
I'm going to do one last look here. We've got no lights. All the gauges look good. Everything's in the green, and we do have 3/4 of a tank of fuel. So we're good to go. I'm all set on this side if you're all set on that side.
I'm good over here.
We'll do one last check. We're going to take a look to the left, to look to right. It's clear. So we're going to do the pickup. Just like before, Mark, we're going to look out. My reference this time is those willows or whatever those pine.
Yeah.
Just past the Warriors there. I'm looking at that, and rapidly I'm moving my eyes from the windsock over to the basketball. We're slowly bringing this collective up. Just waiting to feel our skids are getting light, and I'm slowly bringing it up. Right there, you felt it about 16.
Right.
Move up a little bit, so you know another 100 or 200 RPM it's going to get light. And right about there, you can notice that the front bubble's moving a little bit. So that was it, 18. So we know right after 18 it's going to start picking up. Now I'm pushing in that left rudder, and I'm lifting up here. So we do a straight up pickup here, and I'm going to do a right pedal turn. And again, we're going to check and make sure there's no oil spots there. I don't see anything. So I've got a lot of that left and a torque pedal in. And all I do is just pick a line to follow and look out at the distance there. And if you make any corrections, it's just oh so subtle. Like right there, I felt like I was dipping a little bit, so I slowly brought up on the collective. I'm going to inch over here, well, a little bit of a pedal turn. And is that Paul there? And that
No, that's not
there.
Paul, that's somebody else.
Yeah, Griffith area traffic is helicopter 42 Bravo departing runway 8 southbound Griffith. So one last check, just like we always do. I'm going to take a look to the right and to the left. I don't see any traffic. One big thing is that slow walk. Like one thing Jerry loved, he said, I tend to hover low.
Right.
He wanted it maybe like up here.
Yeah.
It's just the way I am, Mark. I knew I was safe, but he really, really loved how slow I went. Right here, I'm coming up to my line, and then I'm going to do my left pedal turn. And then right here, I stop it, get it under control. I look down at that, and I take one last look down. All the gauges are in the green. I'm bringing it to 24.5 and just slowly push forward and let the wind effect start taking over. And right there, do you feel that transitional lift?
Oh yeah,
It just
definitely.
switched out of it, and now I'm going to fly it out at 40. The airspeed's going to start lifting up a little bit, and then we're going to fly it out at 50.
That is so cool.
There's that 50 there. That's the hardest part in the whole maneuver, Mark. Now I'm just pulling back a little bit to hold the 50. Pulling back on the 50. And then I think we're pretty much clear here. We can start to turn. While we were climbing, I was slowly pulling up on that collective again.
Yeah, I
as
can
you
feel
climb
it.
out. You lose that manifold pressure. So we start our turn there.
Go right over there to the right.
Oh,
You'll
yep,
get
good
right over
call.
to my house.
Would have forgot about that.
We're this close, so we gotta see the house, you know?
Better.
So if you just keep going straight towards that pond,
Okay.
right there, this is right on cue to see it. And basically, it's gonna be the house, the only house that has a white covered porch on it, and there'll be a pool just to the west side of it. So the house just to the right of our house or the west of our house
Is it in the
has a
center of
pool.
the lake?
So basically, our house is definitely right in the center, and it also has
I got insight.
Yes, right in sight there, and it has the fenced-in backyard as well. There's Winston, see him? Oh yes, this is awesome. And you can see the nice little pond here.
How was that?
I gotta get a picture. Just spin us around one more time here.
Alright, we're out.
Off to the races.
Is
Well,
the-
that's my house. If you spin all the way around, I'll try to get you with your house in the background.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to try to get for you.
I'll get that when we get a little closer.
Yep.
Kankakee traffic, register 7 4 mile final runway 22, VOR 22.
This is awesome. Beautiful Cedar Lake. Got a nice shot of your place here. There's your boat and jet skis.
I think this should come out pretty good here.
Oh, it's beautiful. Love it.
So right here is when I start pulling up on the collective, because you feel how it's vibrating a little bit, Mark?
Right,
That means you're right in your transitional lift. You don't want to lose all the lift.
right. Kind of blasting the water there. That's kind of neat.
Well, that was neat that you picked up on that, because that's another demonstration that Jerry's going to show you. Normally we do it on the grass over at Lansing.
Right.
But the neat thing is, if you have a tailwind or a headwind, Mark, and you picked up on this quarter, but if we look at the yaw strings for a moment, notice
Right.
how it takes about 40 knots for those strings to really start moving.
Okay.
But back to the way that wind blows, it's pretty doggone amazing. If you have a downwind, if you turn this thing into the downwind, I don't know if I'll be able to show it to you somewhere, but it'll almost triple the length, Mark, on the downwind. Where on the upwind, you only get about one rotor blade length.
Exactly.
So it's important too, if you're loading passengers, and how you tell them to enter because you could be blowing around a lot of debris and stuff.
Okay. There's the Lighthouse Restaurant. Great place to take a good date. Or have a family event like a birthday or an anniversary. I like to put the boat in and go over there for dinner. Makes it nice. That's one nice way to arrive for dinner, is on a boat. But I think this would be another nice way to go to dinner.
Oh, this would be a
Arrive
real
by
nice way.
helicopter.
I don't know why they don't have the pad out there for us.
Yeah, they should. If you put one right at the end, that'd be perfect. Just set right down, be good to go. I was watching a YouTube video, and some people went to lunch that way. The
Yeah?
restaurant had a pad sitting right out there in the water on a lake, and you just helicoptered in for dinner.
Here's a couple of big houses.
Yeah, then there's this whole line of really nice ones that just went up on the south side of the lake here. These houses are all beautiful. They got their whole play area roped off.
So the neat thing, Mark, all this right here, I don't know if you ever knew, but this little swampy area, I'll
Yeah.
kind of overfly it and come back. This is where they used to gather ice. And then I think this is the tree line. Let me make sure I'm correct before I say it. But this tree
Okay.
line right here used to be the old railroad tracks. And,
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
going to make the turn back and check when I come back. But they'd gather ice and they'd bring it to downtown Chicago to the Fulton Meat Market
Okay.
to keep the meat cold. Yep, this was the train track. If you look down there, it went right through this area. And as you can see, headed straight south.
Wow, that's really neat. Kind of a neat history.
Back to Crown Point, Al Capone used to spend some time there. They eventually moved the train track over here to further west.
Yeah, that's pretty marshy through there. I can
Yeah.
imagine they would have some trouble. And Cedar Lake used to be not so clean, but
You got it.
in recent years they've cleaned it up pretty nice, and it's continued to become a better lake to have fun on and just enjoy. And now the houses keep getting bigger and bigger, so all the little shacks on it are being torn down and replaced with these mansions. Currently winds, they're claiming at IGQ are calm with 10 statute mile visibility, clear below 12,000.
I think everything has to up with
Temperature 28, dew point 17. The winds don't feel calm up here.
No, that's the neat thing about this. You feel every little bit.
Yeah.
And landing area traffic, this helicopter 42 Bravo on a 2-mile final runway 36 landing. So I'm not going to demonstrate it today, but a run-on landing, that'll be the scariest one.
The what landing?
A run-on where you land on the skids.
Oh, okay.
It's set up the same way, like right here, obviously we're going a little fast. Normally I like to shoot with this white house. We want to be within our 70 to 50 knots. So
Right.
I'll bring it back to 15 inches of manifold pressure. Again, lights are out. All
Juliet
the are good
Number
integrated. We
1283,
have
turning crosswind for runway 13 Juliet.
full tanks on the fuel. So I look out the window right here, Mark, and what I want is like a brisk walk. And right now we're doing almost like a sprint, which is way too fast. We don't really use the Vassies. That's the difference. Even though I'm using it, because that's the touchdown point I'm looking at, is where the Vassies are. Looking out again, I'm a little bit fast, so I'm bringing a collective down. We're going to aim for those lights. That'll be our touchdown point. You know,
Juliet traffic system 11283,
right
turning
here,
downwind for
now we're
runway
good. We're at
13
our
Juliet.
50 knots. Coming in nice, and just looking at our spot. Real good. If we think we're getting a little bit low, we just lightly pull up on the collective, or a little bit high, slowly push down on the collective, and I'm bringing it back a little bit. Right here, we're getting our transitional lift. I'm slowly pushing that left rudder pedal, and that's it. And if we wanted to do a set down, we just slowly push that collective down.
Got it.
Right there, you felt it moving in
Yes.
the transit. Sometimes they want to have us do a high-speed taxi. That would be up here and no faster than 50 knots. So right now we're going to do that high-speed taxi. And Lansing Air traffic, helicopter 42 Bravo, a high-speed taxi back over to the main ramp, Lansing.
Like that guy is.
Lansing traffic, Skyhawk 7 Papa Whiskey, clear of runway 9er, Lansing.
He's just taxiing back there on Alpha.
Thanks. So right here is where we're going to come back down a bit.
Burning off that airspeed. Beautiful. And we just wait for that cool off, eh?
That's it, we hold it at 70 again and start it at 30.
Wow, what a ride.
Toasty, good times, huh?
Ha! Love it. I love it. Back at Lansing. So if you guys enjoyed these videos, make sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, leave a comment. I really do enjoy hearing from my followers. I think I have some of the most awesome people that watch my videos. A lot of positive feedback. Really keeps me inspired to keep editing and shooting and providing more content. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed a little bit different than what I'm used to flying. But I'm super excited about it. Can't wait to start learning how to fly helicopters.